Okay, let me know if this sounds painfully familiar. You know, you spend hours hunting for the absolute perfect clip, you edit it down, you finally hit upload hoping for a breakout hit, and crickets. It just sits there, completely stuck at 0 views. Or actually, maybe even worse, you do get a bunch of views, but when you go to submit your clip to content rewards, boom, instant rejection. Why? Because your views are coming from the wrong part of the world. Man, it is incredibly frustrating to put in all that work just to hit a geographic wall. But what if I told you there's a proven method to totally smash through that wall? Well, welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we are going completely hands-on with a strategy that directly solves this exact problem. We're going to dive into the ultimate blueprint for bypassing those annoying local algorithm limits. We'll show you exactly how to mainly achieve a Tier 1 audience majorly, that highly profitable, high-paying US audience, and explore their different ways of directly monetizing those views through specific clipping campaigns. Seriously, if you've been struggling to get your content in front of American viewers, you might want to grab a notepad. We're about to bypass the algorithm entirely. All right, so here's our roadmap for today. So let's jump right into section 1, why Tier 1 audiences matter. Here's the deal. If you upload from a local IP address, the algorithm kind of traps you. It naturally pushes your content to a local audience, right? But here is the massive roadblock with that. The vast majority of monetization campaigns on the content rewards WAP actually require a US-based audience. They usually demand at least a 30% to 50% minimum US demographic. If you don't hit that, you get rejected, period. Well, that brings us to section 2, creating your US account. Okay, the absolute foundational rule to achieve a Tier 1 audience majorly is that you simply cannot use your standard everyday accounts for this. You need a brand new digital footprint. Like I said, uploading from a local IP just attracts local views, so a dedicated US-based account is 100% mandatory. Here is the exact 3-step methodology to basically trick the platforms into thinking you're sitting right in the middle of America. Step 1, head to the Play Store and download a reliable USA VPN. Just pick any free US city and hit connect. Boom, congratulations, you now virtually live in Ohio. Step 2, with that VPN actively running, now listen closely because there are 2 golden rules you absolutely cannot break here. Our testing actually shows that TikTok, when you access it through this specific VPN method, tends to bring in views significantly faster than YouTube Shorts. It just responds incredibly well to this US account cheat code. So if you want quick momentum for your content rewards campaigns, you really need to be leveraging TikTok right alongside your other platforms. All right, let's move on to section 3, editing clips for success. So you've completely bypassed the geographic limits, and your US account is primed and ready to go. Awesome. But getting the algorithm to actually show your video to an American audience is really only half the battle. If your clip is boring, they're going to scroll right past, your retention drops, and the video essentially dies. But don't worry, you don't need to spend hours over editing. The ideal workflow uses CapCut and takes, honestly, just 5 to 10 minutes per video. Once you download the raw campaign clip, drop it straight into CapCut. First thing you do, tighten it up. Keep the pacing incredibly fast so there is absolutely no dead air. Next up, add some engaging sound effects to emphasize key moments. This is crucial because it literally wakes the viewer's brain up. Finally, insert dynamic captions. Captions are super vital because, let's face it, a lot of people watch shorts on mute. 10-minute polish is exactly what separates a 0-view flop from a massive, high-retention viral hit. Which leads us perfectly into section 4, top content reward campaigns. All right, the foundation is built, the content is polished. Now, let's talk about the fun part, payouts on WAP. Let's look at exactly where you're going to submit these high-retention, US-targeted clips to start earning some real money. There are dozens of campaigns out there, but we are focusing on 2 highly active ones that perfectly match this strategy. Are you ready for this? $3. That is a massive $3 payout rate per 1,000 views on a campaign called Backyards Break, run by ClipHouse. Just think about that math for a quick second. If you apply this VPN strategy, you edit properly, and you land just 100,000 views, which, by the way, is very doable on Shorts, that is a $300 payout from a single clip. No joke. But to get this premium rate, you do have to follow their specific rules. Let's compare our 2 top campaigns here. So Backyards Break has this massive total budget of $22,000, which means there is plenty of room for you to jump in. The requirement is a bit higher effort, though. You need a dedicated page, their specific logo, and a link in your bio, but the review time is blazing fast at just 3 hours. Now, on the flip side, we have Malik Music by Clip Nation. This one has a $7,000 budget and is incredibly low effort. You can make a video about absolutely anything. Literally all you have to do is use and tag their specific music. The review time is a bit longer, clocking in at 14 hours, but it is hands down one of the easiest campaigns to get approved for if you have that 50% US audience. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to give you a really vital insider submission trick. When you go to submit your video link on the campaign dashboard to get approved, it's going to ask for a screenshot of your demographics to prove you actually have a Tier 1 audience. Now, a lot of people totally panic here because they just uploaded the video and it has 0 views. So there you have it. We have covered the entire blueprint. You now know how to bypass those local algorithms with a VPN and a US Gmail. You know how to edit for max retention, and you know exactly which campaigns are paying out top dollar for those American views. Your Tier 1 audience is out there right now, just waiting for your content. The blueprint is fully in your hands, so the only question left is, which campaign will you dominate today? Take action now, and definitely keep an eye out for our next explainer, where we'll expose the permanent fix to the dreaded 0 views glitch. Until then, fire up that VPN and happy